How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how to have inner peace. If you're dealing with tough situations, if you're dealing with hurt, pain, loss, emptiness, this is the episode for you because we're going to talk about how to feel that goodness within, and make sure you stay tuned to the very end because we're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want for our lives. So how do you have that inner peace? How do you feel good when your external world is not that? How do you feel love, joy, abundance, whatever it is? How do you feel within what the world is showing you the opposite of? Well, you see, the journey is always within. There is nothing that you can do to change the energies of the world except change your frequency. You see, when you change how you start perceiving things, you will change how you start receiving things. And how do you do that? We're going to use one example, and this is probably the most powerful example that so many people think they know, but don't truly understand what it is. You see, when you hear the word gratitude, people hear gratitude, they think what they're thankful for. They think about Thanksgiving or their birthday or an event when someone graduates or gets a promotion or retires. We think about how they're thankful for that situation. But you see, using true gratitude, it's connecting your source, like your soul, your spirit, your energy, to a positive frequency and pulling it within you. Let's do it together. Think about that one thing. Maybe it was when your first child was born. Maybe it was when you got this promotion that you always wanted to, or you won a sports game, like whatever it is. Think of that one moment that makes you so happy and start thinking about who was there, how good it felt, how hard you worked. Really tie yourself to that moment to where your hair starts standing up. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Henry, I don't have a moment like that. Then create one in the future. If everything was to work out from this moment on, whatever dreams you have, whatever pain that you're going through, if you made it to the other side of it and we're having like a party, a celebration, an event that celebrated that moment, think about yourself receiving the goodness. Think about yourself winning the award. Think about yourself looking the way that you want to look. Think about yourself living with the family that you dream of, the spouse, the kids, the house, the job, whatever it is. See yourself in that moment and then really make that moment real. Imagine yourself talking in that moment. Imagine yourself meeting people in that moment. So get so connected that the hair stands up to where you can feel it in your body and you just get that smile, that joy of that one moment, and it clears out everything. You see, that's connecting to a frequency, but that frequency is all around you. It exists even right now. It's just harder to see. So when we start practicing gratitude, which is connecting to an energy, even if it's in the future or the past, when we learn to do that and we practice it again and again and again, what you're doing is getting good at perceiving a frequency. Now, you have to think of this actual moment to start to feel it, but once you feel it more, you become accustomed to it. You become familiar with it. And then each day when you wake up, when you make an effort to find those silver linings throughout your day, you become a more powerful receiver of a certain frequency. When you become a better receiver of that frequency, you become more in that energy. So your external world doesn't have to change. You can be going through something difficult. You can be going through something hard, whether it's in your mind or physically around you. You can go through those things, but become so strong, so powerful, so high in perspective that you can see beyond that situation and receive the love that's there for you, receive the abundance that's there for you. And you see, that's why they say the journey's within. You see, you go within to find those things. You go into your mind, you think about those moments and you perceive it, and then you start receiving it. When you no longer need the world to change, when you no longer need things to work out in your favor, when you no longer need the next step to happen to feel good within, you are free. You are free. It doesn't mean that you don't chase these things. It doesn't mean that you don't have goals. It doesn't mean that you don't have a vision. It doesn't mean you don't have a plan. It doesn't mean you don't have a purpose. It just means you get to do all those things and control how you feel. Do you know how many people that have achieved the things that you desire and still feel empty within? Do you know how many people that have gone the distance, done the hard work, got to the place, got to the award, got to the money, got to the status? They made it all of those things just to bring their empty selves, their hurt selves, their lost selves with them the whole way, and then find out that that wasn't the solution either? That's the pain you don't want. You don't want a hole in your heart. You don't want that emptiness, that pain, and chase something external, get the external thing, and realize that doesn't fulfill you either. That's a whole other level of hurt. You don't need it. Everything's within you. If there's one thing you could do, it's practice gratitude. And remember, it's not saying what you're thankful for, it's connecting to the energy, to that moment of what you're thankful for, and improve it. Get better at it. If you did word searches, if you bought a word search book or a crossword puzzle, whatever they're called, and you start doing those every single day, you see the first day you do it, you probably won't be so good. The second day, you might be a little bit better, but if you do it day in, day out for years, you'll start looking at these complex puzzles that you could not handle initially, and you will find the words, you'll find exactly what you're looking for because you get good at seeing what you're hunting. The same is true with what's good in your life. When you can perceive it, you can receive it. But truly perceiving it is connecting to it, is to know it, is to become it. That's truly perceiving it. And then when you do that and you pull it within you, it feels so good. It feels so good to know that this body, this physical experience is not everything. It's just what we're experiencing, but there's things behind it. There's frequency, there's energy. There's things that make you feel good. See, if everything is what it was, every movie would make you feel the same because it's just a movie. Every song would make you feel the same because it's just a song, but they're different. There's energy, there's frequency, and then your perception, meaning where you're at in your life, affects how you see it. So you can perceive it differently. Some person can listen to a song and never listen to it again and never care. You could listen to that same song and it could change your life. You could hear that song and it would change your life to an unmistakable level because you'll hear it in the words, the meaning, the experiences that person went through and put into that frequency that they created. When you tune into it, it's going to resonate with you. You can make your life that. These energies are all around you. You see, you don't need the things, you just need the perspective. You need the mindset so you can set yourself on certain frequencies. When you become the being that is fulfilled within, no matter what is going on externally, you're free. You're free from the weight. You're free from the hate. You're free from all of those things that are bringing you down. You see, this is our purpose. This is our destiny. See, it's not ever to achieve something. It's always to become something. When you create that future version of yourself and you create that moment that you love so much, there's so much tied into who that person had to become to receive it. And so when you start seeing that version of you that receives the thing, that does the thing, that is the thing, and then you start doing what that person would do, when you start thinking like that person would think, when you start acting like that person would act, your whole life starts to become it because the world is never as it is, just like everything is not as it is. It is always as you are, with music, with movies, with life, with experiences, with people, with words. It's always as you are. You're incredibly powerful. Anything and everything is available to you. You have this ability, and we're going to connect together. So we're going to take a deep meditative breath and pick a moment. I'm going to take something in the future. I'm going to create this moment. In my mind, I'm going to see myself on stage. That this podcast has grown so big, that so many people have listened to it, shared their support. We've connected on such a high level that I'm going to connect with them in person on stage. And maybe some other people there. Maybe Tony Robbins is there, people that I admire and what they do. And they're announcing my name. I'm going to envision that in my head. I'm going to envision that I've had millions of people listen, that there's thousands of people ready to speak. And together we're being that rising tide that I want to grow so bad. This is a powerful moment for me. So when I close my eyes and I breathe in, I'm going to see myself waiting to go on stage. I'm going to hear the crowd. I'm going to see the people that love me and support me that are there. And then as I'm holding my breath, as my eyes are closed, I'm going to watch myself go on that stage, and I'm going to see everything from the first point of view. I'm going to receive it. I'm going to stand in the energy of that moment. And then when I exhale, I'm going to let it all go except how I feel. You do the same for you. Pick that moment that means that to you, something you want to work hard to, something that you want to accomplish, something that matters to you, and connect to that moment. And you're ready? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Gratitude is your tool. Use it to rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It'll keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.